We'll do it live. Good evening, everyone. What's going on? It's your boy JJ, and this is another episode of Randomness at its finest. I see we got some people in the chat. Great to see y'all here. Um, you know, under normal circumstances, when I promote the show, I say, random panel, random topics. Sometimes it just turns to a shit show. Who knows? Uh, but tonight I got a little special point. I named this from the top, and I'll get into that in a minute. It's just uh, we got some people already in the chat. Mar, good to see you, my friend. Dandelion Fluff, it's always a pleasure to see you, Allie. Thank you for showing up. And then Candy, what's up, sweetheart? I know I told you I was stepping away, but that didn't last very long. Now did it? And then, of course, in the chat next to me, my mod brother, my friend, uh, Hanstar. What's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm fucking tired, man. I've been rolling around on the floor in my garage all day.
Damn.
I just came in and took a shower. Well, I came in and took a shower and ate something just before you kicked me a link.
Yeah, you'd have had it a lot sooner, but like I said, I was running late myself. So
I literally just got in and just had finished eating and taking a shower.
Oh, okay.
And my wife was getting ready to go to bed, so I looked at my phone. I was like, "Oh, that's right, JJ's doing his stream tonight." So I wasn't around to the last minute anyway.
Oh, that's all right. That's okay. And
Yeah,
I got a few other links out there. Ain't no telling who's going to show up tonight. If anybody else at all.
man, Mardigan, good to see you, brother.
Hey, Mardigan, I was gonna shoot you a link, but I didn't know if you was gonna be free. If you're free, you're more than welcome to come on. Like I said, every week it's a random. Yeah, I know you could. Yeah, couldn't we all use a link?
Parrot Head, what's up, Parrot
Head? What's up?
Dandelion, I hadn't seen you in a minute. How's your healing up going there, Darl? I know you had your little creek incident, and you were banged up and bruised up pretty bad. I hope you're still on the mend, if not already mended up, because it's been a little bit since I talked to you.
All right, Mardigan, check your DM, brother. It should be coming here in a second. Yeah. She popped in. When was it? Yesterday or the day before on Chris's weekly wrap up, and she sounded like it seemed like she was doing okay. She wasn't complaining about it. So,
Slasher, my brother, what's good, Slasher? Good to see you, bro.
Hey, Slasher. Yeah, I hung out with him and Mikey and Moira earlier this afternoon, reminiscing about some old TV commercials, man. And I'm gonna tell you what. Real quick, did I feel old as fuck? Real quick.
Yeah, I made the mistake one time of like one of them YouTube clip montage videos that just randomly gets suggested, in your suggested videos. There was one of like old. It was nothing but old TV commercials, and that's how I was. It scared me how many of them I remembered.
Well, I know you are, Dandelion, but that don't make nothing. It's gaming or what? What's going on, man? Pardon me. I know you're older than I am, but still. We're not going to go into how much older because that don't really matter at this point, but I'm just medically messed up, and that's about as far as I'm going to go with it. I feel like a 25-year-old inside, but my body feels like an 80-year-old man. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you've got your health and it's in decent shape, try to keep it, man, because once you start losing it, it's a downhill roll from there. Gaming, I've been good, man. I've been good. Trying to stay out of trouble, which is hard to do nowadays. It is YouTube, and it happens. Man, you've been playing the piano? Wow, awesome.
Yeah, I didn't know Gaiman played the piano.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I pretty sweet.
I thought he was a gamer.
I mean, you can do both. I mean, you You can be a gamer and play the piano, JJ. Don't put gaming in a box. Nobody puts gaming in the corner.
Well, you got to have game. You got to have game before you can do that.
Well, now it makes me feel old because you probably know what movie that's from too.
I know exactly what movie that's from.
Yeah, nobody puts baby in a corner. Dandelion's playing guitar. You just need a little band jam session going, JJ.
Who the hell do I look like, Anthony?
Yeah, Candy. Yeah, Dirty Dancing Candy. I still like that movie.
Hey, here we go. The man himself, Mad Mardigan.
Mardigan, what's up, brother?
How's it going? Good. Just messing with my gear here. My equipment.
Your equipment.
Mm-hmm.
Man. Just don't stand up and mess with your equipment. This is a PG-13 show.
No, this is a rated R show. But
okay.
We don't see that shit around here.
No, I keep my AC down pretty low, so I'm not going to be standing up to show y'all anything.
Kind of funny how that works.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I had AC in my garage because I sweated my mail parts off rolling around trying to finish shit up on my Subaru before my vacation was over. Still didn't get everything done. I got most of it done.
Yeah.
Well, I don't do that shit.
What, garages or cars?
Yeah, I don't. Listen, man. I can cook. I can clean. Do laundry. I might even do a window or two if you ask me nice enough, but it would look like shit when I'm done. I might actually make someone a good wife one day, but don't ask me to work on shit.
That's what I was getting ready to say. It sounds like you make somebody a spectacular wife, JJ.
Yeah, I can
cars either, man.
I can break the hell out of everything, but don't ask me to fix it. Yeah.
I can fix everything. I mean, newer, as far as like mechanical on newer stuff, it's hard just because of all the electronic stuff. But as far as like general car stuff, I can do. Which I was putting accessories on my new car I bought 2 or 3 weeks ago. I wasn't fixing like any mechanical issues.
The older the vehicle to me is the better, because I can change plugs.
It's easy to work
change oil, shit like that. But this new stuff, the more complicated it gets. I don't want to feel like I need to have at least a half a college course in rocket science before I can work on a vehicle.
Yeah.
I say basic stuff. Some people basic stuff's like change your own oil, but I prefer not to do a lot of the stuff I can do just because it's quicker and easier for me to pay somebody to do it. I got a pretty trusted mechanic here in town, but I can do shocks, struts, clutches, oil changes, brakes, of course, tune-ups, that sort of shit. But a lot of the more finagly stuff, I'd rather just pay somebody to do just because they have all the proper tools. I'm like a MacGyver mechanic. I never have the proper tool or equipment to actually do the job. I just make do with what I have in my garage because I don't want to go buy stuff.
Yeah.
So instead of something taking an hour, it may take me like 3 or 4 hours because I have to figure out how to do it with what I have.
Yeah, of course. But at the same time, you got to see my front yard. It's like shade tree mechanic heaven. Every once in a while, the guys get together to come over here, work on each other's shit. It's like, okay, all right, maybe one day I can convince one of them to help me with some of my shit, but that is yet to happen.
Yeah, that was one when I bought my house 10 years ago. That was one thing that was a must was a garage because I'd spent way too much time rolling around in gravel and grass and in driveways. I wanted somewhere to be able to work on stuff.
The vehicle I've always wanted is that Chevrolet SSR. Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
2006.
Is it the little pickup truck looking thing?
Yeah, but it looks like a classic 1940s. Yeah, man. They only made like 20 something thousand.
Yeah, and it's a hard top convertible pickup, right? It kind of looks like an old school truck. Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Those things, man, are holding their value. They're actually worth quite a bit of money now because they didn't make that many of them.
Yeah, but less than 25,000. Yeah. I would love to get my hands on one of those. I almost got a Road Runner, like a 70. I forgot what year it was, but like had the original tires on it and everything. Like,
see, stuff like that's easy to work on. It's old school. It's not all the electronic stuff. But yeah, JJ knows I had a whole list of parts and projects to do on my Subaru. I got most of it done.
Yeah,
I finished. I finished installing the. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was saying he took a perfectly, very nice looking used car, and turned it into. From my understanding, I haven't seen no pictures yet. From my understanding, though, he turned it into a road warrior or something. You know, I'm like, you're doing what to it? Why?
I mean, it's still my daily driver, so it's not like hardcore. It still has the stock. It's a sport, so it still has shitty tires for off-road stuff. But Subaru, with their rally heritage and all that stuff, I did kind of like, because I'm an outdoors person. I want something to take camping, haul my kayaks and all that stuff. So I kind of did a nod to Subaru's rally cars without like making it super crazy where I couldn't drive it every day back and forth to work. So I put like a rally. I put a rally bumper on it with some lights and put a basket on the roof and put some rally armor mud flaps on it, and I put aftermarket exhaust cold air intake on it.
Yeah,
it sounds fucking sweet. How put that Borla exhaust on it. But I shopped for this car for a year before I found it, because it's hard to find a manual transmission car anymore because nobody buys them. So it took me like a year to find the car that I actually wanted. I actually was going to go order one from the factory, but I ended up finding this one that was a couple years old, and I got more options than I was going to order a base model exactly what I wanted is a Subaru Impreza 5-door. I ended up finding an Impreza 5-door Sport, which is a lot more option than what I was going to get. It just was a few years old, so. But it's a really fun car, man. I love driving a manual. I hadn't had a manual in like a year and a half.
Oh man,
I wrecked my last car. Yeah,
I haven't had one since probably 2006. Actually, yeah, I had a brand new Dodge Ram 1500. It was a 6-speed manual transmission, single cab with a 10 behind the seat. Yeah, it was great.
I've had more manual transmission cars. Pretty much my last 3 or 4 daily drivers have all been manuals. But yeah, I got a sticker I ordered. That I found on Amazon. It's just a little round sticker like you put on the back window, and it shows the shift pattern for like a 5-speed. And around the shift pattern it says endangered species. More and more car manufacturers aren't even offering a manual transmission as even an option. Yeah. So
sometimes you got to pay more for it.
Yeah,
they're so rare. But
and most time you have to special order it because dealers don't stock them anymore. Because I found another funny sticker that shows a shift pattern, and it says a millennial and a theft device, which I also thought that was funny.
Well, yeah, they get into it like, what the hell is this? How do you get it?
This is a true story. I work with a guy that has a sweet Dodge Challenger that he's tricked out a little bit, but it's got a 6-speed manual. He come out one morning and his window was bust out and his steering column was ripped open, but the car was still sitting there. So he calls the cops, to do a police report, and the cops show up and they said, well, that's the security system that saved you. And he's like, what are you talking about? He said, they fucking broke into my car. He said, no, they didn't take it because they couldn't drive a 6-speed. And they didn't realize till they done busted your window out that it was a manual transmission car. If it had been automatic, they'd have took it. But they couldn't, so they just left it. Of course, the window was busted and it had some minor stuff messed up on the inside. But in the end, his car was still sitting there. It wasn't chopped up somewhere, or set on fire or whatever.
I think the funnest vehicle I've had was this Audi A5, the 2-door.
That would be fun.
Oh man, that thing can move. I got pulled over on my way to work. This is when I was a cop. I got pulled over by the same cop twice. And the second time, he's like, motherfucker, I knew it was you. I'm like, why'd you pull me over?
Yeah, you knew it was me, though. Why'd you pull me over?
Yeah, I was speeding a little bit. But you should have ran my plate. By the way, that's a trick. I don't know if y'all know that. We'll get on our system and we'll run our own license plate over and over and over and over and over again. So when they pull up our registration, it'll show the last time that the plate was ran, and you'll just see it like, you know, over and over and over again from like the same time. It's like a tip of the hat, and usually keep you from getting pulled over.
So they pull up behind when they do the whole hover on your bumper and they run your plate before they ever pull you over. It's like the tip of the hat. Like, oh, I know who that is. I'm not gonna fuck with them.
Yeah,
I see how that works.
I had a cop threaten to take me to jail one time because I didn't have an insurance card, which in Georgia, insurance card is no longer a valid form of insurance. Your insurance is tied to your plate.
True. Yeah.
So
I was going to ask that.
I see his point. He's like, well, if you get in a wreck, you have to have your insurance. And I'm like, well, I have my policy number and stuff on my phone. I just don't have a physical paper insurance. It was like 2:00 in the morning at like a roadblock. He didn't pull me over. It was at like a roadblock. And nobody else was out. It was in a small town. I'm the only fucking person around. And I guess he was bored. He's like, well, I need to see your insurance card. I'm like, well, I don't have one. He's like, well, I could just take you to jail for that. I was like, I have insurance. Go run my plate. Because technically in Georgia, an insurance card doesn't mean anything. They're supposed to run your plate to make sure you have valid insurance.
Right.
And he didn't want to go run. He didn't want to go run my plate. Was the thing. He just wanted to be a jerk about it. And I was like, well, go run my plate. Because in Georgia, that's not a valid form of insurance to show you a paper card that I could have printed on my computer and just made up. That was the whole point of tying it to your plate, was anybody now can make an insurance card, you know, on their computer. And he finally was like, well, if you went out of state or something like that, I'm like, I'm not going out of state. I'm going home. I'll be sure to pick one up if I decide to drive to Florida or something, but I'm 30 minutes from my house. I'm not going out of state. And finally he's just like, well, okay, you know, have a good night. I guess he just wanted to be
I don't know,
a jerk.
man. I
don't know.
It sounds like he needs Netflix, like on his tablet or phone. Like that's what I would do. Like
he threatened to take me to jail, but then at the end, when I was like, well, go run my plate. Because I know how it is here. I have family, and my ex-brother-in-law, he's a current Georgia State Trooper. I know how it works in Georgia. And I wasn't trying to be a dick about it. I was like, well, I'm fine sitting here. Go run my plate. I'm already sitting here. It's 2 a.m. I don't have anywhere else better to be. Go run my plate. He just didn't want to do it.
State troopers are the biggest assholes, man. Like they're the only guys that are going to write a cop a ticket. I swear to Christ.
Yeah.
Well, a few years ago, my last job, I worked for a little company called DHL. And in the beginning, I where my route was about right at an hour away from the station. And here in Florida, I-10, east and west, man, I get on there and push that van as hard as it would go, which was top speed of 87. And I got hit by more state troopers doing that in a year's time that I almost lost my license.
Yeah, imagine. Yeah, those guys made their ass.
But the strange thing is they clocked me doing 87, and when I get pulled over, they're like, well, normally we try to cut you guys a break. You know, we normally don't, you know, anything over 80, we got to stop you. I'm like, really? You know, I understand it's unlawful speeding. Don't get me wrong. I got that. But really, you got everybody riding around here like they're in a race, but I'm just trying to get to and from the station fast. Like, give me a break.
Most municipalities here, it's like an unwritten rule. It's obviously if you're speeding, they could pull you over. But most like local municipalities other than the state patrol will give you up to 10 over, just because it's easier for you to fight a ticket at the lower speed over the speed limit. That's the way it was explained to me.
Oh, well, no, for me, yeah, mine was 11 over. Like,
yeah,
anything under that, you're just kind of being an asshole.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. That was just my take on it.
But like you said, the state patrol here, if they're just having one of them days, they'll pull you over for 2 miles and over if they just feel like it. But normally around Atlanta, they don't because everybody's going so fast. They really want to get super speeders because here, if it's 20 over, it's 20 over the posted speed limit. It's super speeder, which is like a whole nother level above speeding.
Is that the legal term for it? Super speeder?
Yeah, I love it. It's a state law. It's the super speed. I forget. It's been a handful of years now. I forget when it was actually enacted, but it's an actual Georgia state law. It's different on side roads, but we'll just say the interstate. That's the easiest one to explain. On the interstate, if you're going 20 or more over the posted speed limit, then you're a super speeder, and you get a $500 fine on top from the state. It comes separate on top of whatever the municipality fine is. You get a super speeder fine on top of that, which is automatically $500 plus whatever the ticket is. And technically, it's like reckless driving, and they could take you to jail if they wanted to, or whatever. So,
man, traffic was never my focus. Go ahead, JJ. Sorry.
No, I was just thinking, it's like playing Jeopardy. Yeah, I'll take speeding for 1,000.
Yeah.
Or in a drive-thru. Yeah, I'll take the number 5. Could you supersize it, please?
I don't know why they just didn't name it speed racer. You just go for it, man. If you're gonna go with super speeder, just go all in with that.
Yeah, I think Dandelion. I think it's also a bunch of points on your license because it's like it's like the worst of the worst of speeding in Georgia when you become a super speeder.
Yeah. Well, here in Florida, if you get pulled over for speeding, but a respectable speed over, it's like 3 points. But if you're over, like way the hell over, it's 4 points. And depending on the trooper or officer that pulls you over, sometimes it's a jailable offense.
Yeah, it depends on if they want to consider, I guess, reckless driving or not. Some of them may consider it reckless driving. I don't know what the limit is on that from state to state.
Right.
I don't know, man.
But I'm gonna tell you what, nobody.
Sorry, go ahead, JJ.
No, go ahead, bro.
I was just gonna say, like, when I was a cop, I could not care less about you. I didn't even carry a ticket book for the longest time because it was just, why am I gonna just ruin somebody's day? If I'm pulling you over, it's either something crazy or I want to have a chat.
Yeah.
Not like hey, how's it going, buddy? More like, hey, what are you doing over here right now?
That's it. Around Atlanta, it's really laid back around Atlanta because everybody drives so fast, and the cops know that. The cops are like, the posted speed limit around Atlanta is like 65, 70 miles an hour, depending on where you are. It can go all the way down to 55, but everybody drives like 90. And if you don't drive 90, you'll about get run off the road. So you have to really, really, really be pushing it and be an asshole to get pulled over for speeding.
Well,
either that or they see something else that clicks. Like, oh, I really want to take a look at this person. Maybe there's something else about the car or the person, that they want to check.
Absolutely. But, I was driving a work vehicle, and this is one day that this is completely, excuse me, use your English, was bullshit. I was coming back to the station, riding down the same highway. This black Blazer comes flying by me, and there's this one part. It's a bridge, a small little bridge, and on the other side of the bridge, normally there's a state trooper sitting there. Hardly ever fails. So I knew what the hell was going on, but I'm just cruising along, right? 75, 80. I wasn't doing nothing stupid. But this black Blazer comes flying right by me, and the moment we crossed that point to where we got caught by that trooper, it was almost nose to nose, and this black Blazer just took off. I got pulled over and got an 87, going 87, 88, whatever. I'm like, my van won't even do that. I was BSing, right? But I'm like, there goes your culprit down there. It's that black Blazer that took off. He goes, I tagged you. I'm like, no, you didn't. Not doing that much. because I knew where he was at.
It's funny. The last time I got pulled over, I was technically a super speeder, and I didn't even get a ticket. I haven't actually had a speeding ticket in like 10 or 11 years, but I was on a. And it's funny, you tell people like they have express lanes in Atlanta. It's a toll road that go north and south of the city. People commuting, out of the city during rush hour. In the morning, they go into the city. In the evening, they go away from the city. It's just, they're reversible. They're not open all the time, and you have to you pay a toll, to use it. But it was funny because Tuesday's my Friday, and the guy I was working with, we were talking about the toll lane. I was like, man, you get on that toll lane, you can fucking wind it out. Man, I get home and so much. It's like $2, but it's so worth it because you get home so quick. Famous last word. Oh, and I was like, I've never seen a cop on the toll road ever.
Shit.
famous last words. And what got me was there wasn't a lot of people. I got off work early enough that there wasn't a lot of volume yet. So, man, it was my Friday. It was a beautiful spring day. I drove the Jeep that day. I had the fucking top off. I was cruising, man. And I saw somebody come on behind me, but he didn't come on behind me like right away and like fly up and get me. He just slowly worked his way up on me. And it was one of those cars that you can't really tell it's a cop car until it gets too late,
Yeah.
And he lights me up, and I'm like, oh fuck, because when he lit me up, I was already a super speeder, but he'd actually clocked me at 88, and when he originally clocked me at 88 was in a 55. When he actually pulled me over, I was running 80 something. I think the speed went up to 65 by then, but I don't know if it's because of COVID. It's when the whole COVID thing really first got bad. And at the time, there was a stay-at-home order in Atlanta, but I have a needed job, so I was allowed to go to work and all that bullshit. But he pulled me over, and I was like, man, my wife's going to kick my ass when I get home. This is a super speeder ticket. I'm so screwed. So he never even took my license, and I did have an insurance card, actually, in the car. I got all that stuff out, my license, my insurance, my registration. I was sitting there, and he came up to the window, and he's like, nice day, isn't it? And I was like, yeah, it is a very nice day. Is there a reason why you need to be running 88 miles an hour? If I was a smart ass, I was going to say, if I was a smart ass, which I wouldn't have been anyway, because that doesn't normally go well. I thought about that. I was like, should I make a Back to the Future joke? No, that's probably not a good idea.
Yeah,
no. I was like, honestly, sir, no, I can't give you an excuse for why I was running 88 miles an hour. Well, he never would take my license and registration, insurance and stuff. He was just sitting there talking to me, and he said, oh, you on your way home? I was like, honestly, it's my Friday. I got the tunes cranked up, got the roof open on the Jeep. Beautiful spring day. I'm zoned out. I mean, I knew I was hauling ass, but I was kind of zoned out. And he's like, hey, how about you do me a favor and just be I know the speed changes back and forth on this toll road. He said, why don't you just be mindful of your speed? And I was like, yes, sir, I can do. I absolutely can do. I absolutely could do that, because I thought for sure I was going to get a super speeder ticket, because that's a big thing here in Georgia, them wanting to get people for stuff like that. And somehow I didn't. So I don't know if he just didn't want to do the paperwork, or he may have been on his way home. I don't know. I was in his municipality, but maybe he was. I don't know. Listen, I don't know why he didn't. I didn't get an explanation. He just said, hey, how about you do me a favor and slow down? And we went on about our business.
I mean, one, I don't want to write a ticket, all right, to begin with. Two, so some of the important things that you got to know is the first thing you have to do is pass the asshole test, right?
Yeah.
Don't be a dick. I'm not saying you have to kiss their ass, but don't be a dick to them. Oh,
I always call him sir. Yeah, I always call him sir, man. I'm always very polite. I was always taught that. Well, like I said, I've also had a lot of law enforcement in my family, and I know they deal with assholes. So I'm like, I always treat people the way I want to be treated, unless you give me a reason not to.
Yeah.
But
Well, because most of the time, and again, I know there's shitty cops out there with, a stick up their ass for whatever reason. But one of the big things I would always tell guys that were newer, like for me, my attitude is a reflection of yours. If a guy's being an asshole, I'm not really going to go out of my way to help them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
So like I did a shit, man. I did a shit ton of DWIs. I can't tell. I mean, we would have so many, but depending on the situation, like if everything's cool and he's not an asshole, I usually would give them a chance to get somebody out there to take him in his vehicle and get it the fuck out of my sight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, instead of impounding it and
yeah, well,
them
not
accruing
taking
all
him to jail. No, I'm not even taking him to jail. Yeah, if you get somebody, like you need two people, one to drive the vehicle they come in and one to drive yours, or they can take a cab. But you need to get somebody out here, and you got 45 minutes. In that 45 minutes, when it's up, if it doesn't happen, you're going to go to jail because it's a simple formula. Is it going to take me longer to take you down to the station to process you for the DWI, and then I have to do the case, or is it going to would that be quicker than having to wait out here for you to get people to come out here and get you in your vehicle? Which one's going to be the fastest way for me to get back to my shows on Netflix? You know what I mean? That's how I would make a lot of decisions. And God forbid, if it's cold outside or if it's raining and you made me get out my fucking vehicle for some dumb shit, someone's going to jail. I mean, I'm serious.
Yeah.
Nice and warm.
If you ever get pulled over in the winter or in the rain, you're getting a ticket. I don't give a damn who you are or what you've done. You're getting a ticket because he had to get out of the car. I knew that one.
Oh man, I was watching Friday Night Lights on my tablet, and you got me out here dealing with dumb shit. No.
All right, get me out of my car. Guess what? We're doing a strip search right here.
Well, I don't know about all that, man.
They may handle things a bit different in Florida. I don't know. I've not heard of many roadside strip cavity searches.
We got our own dick cops now. Don't get me wrong, but
it's like every profession, every person. There's always the asshole in every bunch.
Yeah. But don't get me wrong. People in Florida hate Florida Highway Patrol. They hate them. But I'm gonna tell you what. I won't ever fuck with Georgia State Patrol ever. The moment I get into Georgia, oh yes, I'm a good boy. I won't go no more than 5 miles over the speed limit. I'll take that chance. But it's like, nope, cruise control.
Yeah, depending on where you are in Georgia, they're not. Even the state patrol normally isn't going to fuck with you for almost up to 10 miles an hour over, just because, like you said, it's not worth it to them to deal with it. They either want to try to see if maybe, the I-75 corridor, like I-10, all those major interstates. Yeah. They're known for running narcotics and stuff like that. So they either want to try to figure out if you're worth pulling over because you may have a trunk full of weed or meth, or do I really want to do the paperwork for 9 miles an hour over the speed limit?
Right.
When I could wait and get somebody running 20 or 30 over the speed limit being an asshole,
I understand that, because within the first 2 miles of crossing the state line over here where I'm at, within the first 2 miles, you'll see at least 4 state troopers there. They're catching people crossing the line. And there's always a couple cars pulled over along the way.
Well, they especially do it on 75 for 2 reasons. 1, narcotics, and 2, they'll do it especially in the fall when all the snowbirds start heading south, because they know they use 75 to go to Florida. They do it a lot in the summertime because of all the families going to Disney and going to the beach.
Yeah, I-95 is the same way.
Yeah.
Where it comes into Florida there, because believe it or not, you cross into Florida, you got some Florida Highway Patrol there.
Those are entirely different people. Like cops, like we're kind of split on a lot of things. One is traffic, people that are in traffic divisions or highway patrol. Those guys, man, they're weird, man. Like I have never seen somebody enjoy giving someone a ticket more than some of those traffic guys. And then even just patrol, like we were split, like day shift guys and night shift, like to work nights. I worked nights for 7 years, and you got to have a different mentality because shit gets real and shit gets real quick. Well, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
because everyone's drunk or high almost always.
Yeah, not many good things happen after midnight, especially if it involves law enforcement for some reason. You know, so like you said, between day shift and night shift, you have to be way more on your toes and way more,
different
breed, like you said, aware that there's shenanigans of some sort going on.
Well, just even interacting is not the same. Like I know what I hated. I would work day shift here and there for overtime or whatever. And I would always have to remind myself, fuck, these people are sober and they're going to remember every dumb thing you say. So I couldn't fuck with people like I could at night because, I mean, they're unreliable. They're drunk. What are you talking about? What did I call him? I didn't call him that. Come on.
Yeah.
I slapped his ass. I didn't slap his ass.
Yeah.
No.
Why you slapping ass?
As an example.
I got you.
No,
I was typing, right, and it's hard for me to multitask that way. But then when I got finished, all I heard was smacking ass. I'm like,
hey, I mean, whatever it takes to get out of a ticket, JJ.
No. I have argued. I have cussed. I have.
Yeah, none of that's gonna work.
That's gonna say that's like two. That's two checks against you getting out of a ticket.
No.
Right?
I've argued, I've cussed, I've tried to be logical, I've tried to be funny. It doesn't matter. I could have a fucking dozen donuts in my front seat. I'm getting a damn ticket.
Well, maybe if you give it up some, just a squeeze. Just
no.
one cheek.
Nope.
Just one cheek.
Not hell no, but hell fuck no.
Just a little peek of the nip. Just let me see the nip.
Well, you know what they say, only the tip counts.
Yeah, just the tip.
Oh man.
It may not look like your typical breathalyzer, JJ, but you know, just go on and do the field sobriety test. It's always a natural thing to take your shirt off during a field sobriety test. And,
yep. No teeth.
Just run with it. JJ's like, this went off the rails.
It
really
went
quick.
Sideways real quick, but I was about to say, guys, come on, man. There's a lady in the chat. Can we try to be somewhat respectable? Or are we just gonna be dogs all night? Because I can go either way. I'm just curious.
I prefer toxic masculinity.
Well, we're a lot of things. I don't know about all that toxic shit unless you just ain't bathing.
I bathed for your stream, even though you can't smell
I
me,
did too.
I was super sweaty from working in the garage today.
Oh, please lie to me some more. Yes.
I really did. I really did take a shower.
Real quick, that reminded me. One time I pulled this guy over. And again, I don't have tickets. I'm not going to write anybody a ticket. But I pulled him over and I go up and I'm talking to him while I do my thing. And he goes, hey, can I ask you a serious question? I went, oh, please. Those are my favorite. He goes, I just got new tires in my truck. Do you think maybe that's why I was speeding? I said, tell you what, man, I'm going to hook you up. All right. When you're driving on the side of the road, you're going to see signs. One will be white, one may be black, and then have a number on it. You take that number, and if you look past the steering wheel, you're going to see a half moon of numbers with some type of indicator, right? So as you accelerate, it's going to raise like this. If you match the number on the sign to the number there, I guarantee you will not be pulled over for speeding. He goes, I don't think that was necessary. I don't think your question was necessary.
I know guys that have tried that. Oh, I lifted my truck or lifted my Jeep and put bigger tires on it. I'm sorry, I hadn't re-geared it or calibrated the speedometer.
Yeah. It's not going to make it go over by 11. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're still running 30 miles an hour over the speed limit. I don't think it's really because of your bigger tires.
Well, he called the station and talked to the desk sergeant. The desk sergeant used to be my sergeant. Have you ever seen 21 Jump Street? The movie?
No.
Yeah.
No. Ice Cube in that movie was bait.
Oh, yeah.
Sure, not for sure, but he was pretty like this was him. So I get back and he's like, hey, man, that guy called me, right? And I was like, what happened? He's like, tell me what you said and shit. I'm like, did he write you a ticket? And the guy's like, no, what are you complaining about? He could have wrote you a ticket. So what? He's a smartass. You didn't get a ticket, and hung up on him.
That makes me think of. But did you die?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, guys.
I think JJ wants us to change the subject because Dandelion's here.
You know what? I'm not like delicate. I work in horticulture with all men. We have a safe word in our office in case we're worried about upsetting other people.
Oh, this I gotta hear.
It's just blueberries. So if somebody's conversation's going like off the rails, the rest of us just go blueberries, and then they know to like, reel it in.
Mine was normally like, okay, just wow.
Well, we sell blueberries, so
yeah. Well, hey,
wait. Wouldn't that end a lot of conversations though? If you cannot talk about the thing that you sell without people going like, "Oh, what was wrong with what I said?"
Yeah.
Well, we don't only sell blueberries, but it's usually in context.
Well, I was just thinking about that, because you
muffins.
said that. Well, you can't talk about blueberries or blueberry muffins.
Well, you can talk about those things, but if your conversation is not about blueberries,
Pop-Tarts.
If you're talking about, untoward conversations of inappropriate nature, then somebody might go, hey, blueberries. Because we do have some younger people working in the office who maybe
gross
wouldn't appreciate, that kind of conversation.
I'll change the subject then. Not from your subject of blueberries. I'll change the subject and tell you a funny work story that happened to me a couple of weeks ago because I work with some idiots. I work with a lot of great people, but I also work with a lot of idiots. In my job, I don't know a lot of times day for day who I'm working with, and there's hundreds of different people I could be working with. Some of them are better than others. Well, there's this one guy whose nickname is T-Rex, and not because he's like mean. His nickname is T-Rex because he's this really short, stocky dude. He's like borderline, barely above the height to be like a dwarf. I don't know what the correct word is to use. A little person. I don't know what the correct word is to use.
Yeah, an LP, that'll work.
So, and JJ's already figured it out. They call him T-Rex because he's got a little bitty short arms. So you don't call him that to his face because it would piss him off. But he's one of those people that no matter what you talk about, he wants to argue with you. And he's one of those people that talks over. Instead of listening to your point of things, he just talks louder and louder and louder. And it doesn't matter what it is. Like right now, we could say, blueberries are delicious. A lot of people like blueberries. And he would say, don't nobody like blueberries? And you'd say, like Dandelion, you'd say, well, we sell a lot of blueberries. No, nobody likes blueberries. That's the kind of person he is. So it was storming, and it'd been pop up, summertime thunderstorms. So, excuse me. Typical, southern afternoon weather. It gets hot, thunderstorms pop up. So to the east of us, there was like a storm cloud that had built up that looked really nasty. And he's like, and the wind had picked up. The typical signs that you're getting ready to have at least like a small thunderstorm or downpour normally in the South. JJ knows exactly what I'm talking about because in Florida it rains like every afternoon in the summertime. So he's talking about whether it's going to rain or not. And he's like, man, look over there. It looks really bad over there. He's like, but at least it's east of us, so we don't have to worry about it. And I'm like, well, if you look at the lower atmosphere clouds, the storm clouds, and the way the wind's blowing, it's coming this way. He's like, well, weather moves from west to east, which, most of the time, stuff kind of moves west to east.
Yep.
And in the upper atmosphere clouds, they were moving west to east. But the lower storm clouds were not. They were moving east to west. So I'm like, man, I hate to tell you, man, but that's coming this way. And this is exactly what he said. This was his statement. Very violently. I'm not going to be quite as violent as him, but very violently he stood up and said, clouds can't go backwards. That is exactly what he said. I'm quoting him word for word. And he actually said it meaner and louder and more violently than I did. And I couldn't help but basically laugh in his face. And, and I'm like, and I already know how he is. I work with him a lot. So I know you can't reason with him. So I'm just laughing. I'm crying. I'm laughing so hard. And I was like, you're right, man.
Man, that
You're
fucked up my
good.
head.
You're good, man, because clouds can't go backwards. Well, guess what? The clouds went backwards and his ass got rained on and got soaked within 20 minutes.
Yeah. It's usually when they're going in the wrong direction that you got to run for shelter, because that's usually when it's about to hit the fan.
Wait, which is the wrong direction?
East to west. East to west is all weather. Okay, you may not understand what he knows.
Yeah.
All weather, regardless of what you think, regardless of your reality, because I argue with you about it. All weather always moves west to east.
Which is why hurricanes always move east to west across the Atlantic Ocean, right?
And if you look at pop-up thunderstorms, a lot of times they kind of move around, over an isolated area. So at some point, they're going east to west when they come back around, just like a hurricane. And that is exactly what he screamed at me was, clouds can't go backwards. And I was like, you're right, bro.
I was actually recently reading an article, and apparently people who hold different opinions than you can actually act as though them telling you something that doesn't fit into their belief system, they can actually treat it as like a physical threat. Like it's the same as a bear attacking them in their brain. I mean, apparently we're all like that. If we don't, if somebody tries to you always had a certain belief. And if somebody tells you something that goes against that belief, you actually treat it in your brain as though it's like a physical attack against you. Unless you're aware of it and, willing to listen to differing opinions.
Words are violence.
Hey, Andrew, what's up, buddy?
I finally told him one day, and this was long before the clouds can't go backwards. I finally told him one day, because JJ knows what I do, and we'll just say I basically live in a work in a, we'll just say you took a cubicle and put a bathroom in it and made it where it moved around. Mm-hmm. So think if you and another person are stuck in a cubicle for sometimes up to 12 hours, that's the
Wait, do you control the movement?
Yes, I do. Yes, I control the movement. He does not, thankfully. You don't want somebody that thinks clouds can't go backwards controlling what I control. So
does the work happen in the moving cube?
Yeah, at times, yes. Well, my work does, yes. He sometimes is outside where he got rained on because clouds can in fact go backwards. But I worked with him a bunch of times, and I finally flew out to his face one day because, like I said, it doesn't matter what you talk about. And I'm the kind of guy, if I got to be stuck with you for maybe up to 12 hours, I'm going to, you're going to talk to people. You don't want to just sit there. So
let me ask you this real quick.
Okay.
Is the Patriot Act a good thing for your job?
Patriot Act.
Okay.
I don't know that it necessarily applies to my job.
What about Snowden?
Yeah, Snowden didn't affect my job at all. Or the Patriot Act, really.
All he does is go freaking straight, man. Yeah. I don't know what he's complaining about.
I work for a railroad.
That's what I figured.
I work for a railroad.
Spy.
Goes in a straight line.
I work for a railroad. But so I've worked with this guy a lot, and I try to, I'm not a sports fan, which automatically means I don't have much to talk about with a lot of people because I work with 99% guys. So, did you see the football game the other day? And I'm like, no.
They're called the Falcons.
Yeah, and they're like, well, what about the Braves game? And I'm like, no. And they're like, well, what sport do you like? And I'm like, none.
See, I'll listen in the morning to the radio because they'll give you the sports recaps, and if there's anything exciting that happened in the game, they'll mention that, and that's just enough to interject into a conversation so it doesn't sound like you have no idea what you're talking about, even if you have no idea what you're talking about.
I care so little about sports, I don't even do that.
I only do it to like be able to talk to people at work. Otherwise, I just don't talk to them.
I'm talking to this dude one day about, like I said, anything. We're just having like this. We're just having general, trying to be friendly conversations. Everything I talk about, he argues with me about it. And then he stands up and gets louder and louder. And I finally told him, I'm like, look, man, we got to be stuck together for up to 12 hours. I'm trying to be friendly and have a conversation. If you want to argue with me, you just sit the fuck over there. Excuse my language. And I'm going to sit the fuck over here. And we just don't have to talk to each other. Because I'm not going to sit here and argue with you about the most. And like I said, it could be anything. I had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich last night. It was delicious. Nobody likes peanut butter and jelly. It's like.
So he's just arguing for the sake of arguing?
Yeah.
Your point is disproven immediately because I started with, I had a delicious peanut butter and jelly sandwich. No one likes it. I just said.
So I'm no one? Yeah.
That's like blueberries. I love blueberry pie. Nobody likes blueberries, like you said.
Well, that's true.
I led the conversation.
I don't like blueberry pie, man. That stuff's rank.
Yeah, but he would say, like I said, anything. He argues about anything. So finally one day, like I said, I just point blank told him, I'm like, look, man, I'm trying to have a conversation. We got to be together for all this time. If you don't want to have a general just talking conversation, then sit over there and shut the fuck up and just don't talk to me. Because I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to argue with you for the next however many hours we're stuck together in this moving cubicle.
Yeah, my ex-mother-in-law, God rest her soul, the last, I'm going to say 5 or 10 years of her life that I knew of, she would sit in front of the TV and all the time bitch at the TV for whatever reason. Why did you pick that letter? Oh, why would anybody want to call y'all? Man, that's a scam. Why the hell are you doing this? I'm like, oh, dear God.
My dad does that with like crime and cop shows. Like the made up ones, not like real ones, but we'll just say like CSI Miami.
That's why I love these live streams, because I can sit in the chat and yell at the TV and the people can see what I'm saying to them.
He'll like bicker with the TV, but they should have known it was JJ because obviously at the beginning of the show, and I'm like,
what the fuck?
It's a made up show. They have, first of all, they can't hear you. Second of all, this is in syndication. This show aired like 5 years ago. So the ship has already sailed of them listening to you anyway. And third of all, it's a made up TV show.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
The same thing. Like I used to play a lot of Ghost Recon Future Soldier on 360. I was badass. Yeah. By the way, if anybody ever played it, ran into any of the gits, I apologize for ruining your life. I was legit.
Okay. I played it.
Yeah. I had on 360?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I was get sniped.
Yeah. I know.
No, you don't know that. No, anyway.
Dude.
Yeah. I had like a 4.75 KDR on that game.
Nice.
Yeah. But what would drive me crazy is we'd be playing and somebody like one of my teammates would be like, yeah, bitch, I got you. Say something. I'm like, they can't hear you. It is just us. And they can hear you. I never understood it. Like people would talk shit to people that could not hear them. But anyway, I don't know.
Have a good night, Candy. Get some rest, darling. Thank you for stopping by.
First thing I'm going to say, Mardigan, is nobody likes Ghost Recon. Nobody.
That's not true.
Nobody likes Ghost Recon.
No. I get what you're doing. It took me a second. I'm like taking I was taking it serious. I'm like, that's not true. Like you said, I liked it.
I'm giving you an example of the person that I was just talking about.
It took me a second. I got
it. And how your day would go if you were working with that person in a confined space for up to 12 hours.
I used to have the best gamer tag. It was Get Fisted, but it got banned, and not because it was offensive. Yeah, because somebody got pissed because I whooped their ass, and they wanted to take it out on me. But I didn't know. All I saw that my gamer tag had changed, and I called up Xbox. I'm like, hey man, I think my shit got hacked. He's like, oh, okay.
What did they change it to?
I'm like, I think I got hacked. He's like, oh, hold on, let me pull up your account. What makes you think you got hacked? Somebody changed my name to a wobbly whelp. I don't know what the fuck a wobbly whelp is. And he goes, oh man. He's like, well, I don't see any like charges on your card or anything. He's like, hold on, let me check this. What was your gamer tag before? I went, oh, it was G3T small X F1ST 3D. Because what is that? I'm like, it's get fisted. He's like, no, yeah, no, dude, you can't. I'm like, what, dude? It's like, like get punched in the face with a fist. You get fisted, like punch. And he's like, that's not what that means. I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's what it means.
Apparently,
did you know what it actually means?
Of course, I knew what it means. I didn't want to tell
you. You could have been a kid. I don't know. I don't know how old you were when you did this. You might have just.
I was in my 20s.
Did he at least give you the definition of what a wobbly whelp is? Because now I'm curious.
It was one of those automated.
Sounds like it'd be worse.
Xbox names, but
yeah, that sounds like super odd.
Well, I was like, all right, how about this? What if I,
Miss? How are you doing?
I'm sorry, Miss. I wasn't paying attention.
A wild miss has appeared with cyanide cookies. Don't ever take a cookie from Miss.
You could make cyanide. Could you make cyanide cookies? I have to look that up.
Why not?
You can put cyanide on anything. I used to work at a chemical company, so you don't need
almond cookies to hide. Oh no, is that arsenic or cyanide? No, cyanide's in almond, right?
I have to look that up. Hold on.
I don't know.
Oh, maybe it's the arsenic that's from almonds and cyanide's from apple pits.
All I know from my chemical knowledge and training before my current job is you only need the size of a grain of rice of cyanide to kill somebody if they ingest it.
The something big word I can't read, and cyanide can be removed from the nuts by crushing and soaking and washing in water. So yes, it is also known as oil of bitter almonds.
Yeah, so you've got to make them almond cookies so people don't automatically suspect that they're full of poison.
Why would they automatically suspect
try to
that?
feed me almond cookies?
Because you never
trust almond cookies otherwise.
You never trust Miss not to try poison.
Oh, her specifically. Okay, I thought in
I'm
general
a
don't
murderous
trust cookies.
bitch.
Just don't trust baked goods from Miss.
I can't bake, so you should definitely be surprised by that.
Well, now knowing that, I know better to deal with any cookie you try to handle.
They're usually store-bought.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm still not taking them unless the package is sealed when you give them to me.
I wouldn't even trust that, but still.
I'm just giving you a hard time. I love you, Miss. It's great to see you. This is the second time I've got to talk to you in the last couple of days, and I hadn't talked to you in forever.
You have time off right now, right?
Well, yeah. That's the last day. I go back to work tomorrow. My vacation ends tonight.
Andrew's multitasking up the yin yang. He's playing a Mario Kart right now.
Wow. Well, no, he could probably type things and check it out in between races.
I don't know who Andrew is, so.
It's a caffeinated wolf in the chat.
Oh.
Sorry. I just assume everyone knows who Andrew is.
Everybody knows who Andrew is.
Well, now we all do.
Well, come on, Mardigan. You've been in Mary's chats before.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, you have, because you saw me on Shenanigans, fool.
Oh yeah, no, but I don't ever stay. Like, here's the thing. Like, I'm at the point now to where if I'm not on the live stream, I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh man, I would have said this better. Like, oh man,
that's why I'm in the chat. That's why I'm here right now. Because I'm like, sit in the chat.
Come on, that's beneath me now.
Miss, I told you, darling, you're always welcome here.
Yeah, thank you.
I don't mind being in the chat.
Well, I know that. We kind of got to beg you to just get on and talk to us anymore.
Oh no, come on, and I'll usually come on if I'm not like, looking totally rank or something.
Well, this is the second time.
Really tired.
This is the second time we've been on a live stream together.
Let me show you a trick. Okay, you can do this. See this? You can turn that off.
Yeah, I know, but I've got to put I just have a D for my little icon. I got to actually put like a picture. Actually, I have a really good.
Behave.
I got Mr. Quacky Duck, but I've got him dressed up as a pirate, and I'm gonna make him my little avatar.
Why is it hold miss it? Why is it everywhere you go, miss it holds your comment if you're not a moderator?
I have no idea. Maybe I'm just.
You just said hi, Andrew, and I had to approve you saying hi, Andrew.
I don't know. I guess it just doesn't like me.
Yeah, because I've got my own little dictionary of stuff to hold, and that ain't hi. Andrew is not neither one of them.
JJ runs a very tight ship.
Here, I'm gonna type something.
Was I supposed to look at the private chat?
No.
Oh, is there stuff in the private chat? Yeah,
it was just JJ and Miss chatting.
Yeah, see, that has to be.
Everybody was ignoring the chat.
I didn't even know anybody was saying anything in the private chat. Sorry, Miss.
I don't pay attention to the private chat because the way I do it is I don't even mess with the StreamYard itself. I don't mess with the StreamYard comics or nothing. I go into the physical live stream itself and pull the chat out because it's a lot quicker than waiting on this StreamYard slow shit. That's
what's covering my private chat is the popped out.
Yeah.
YouTube
chat. So once again, Miss, I apologize.
What? No, you're good. I thought you would silence the "I love Brie Larson" comment.
Nah, I ain't.
Well, I didn't approve it first of all.
I did that.
I was gonna approve it, but somebody else approved it before I did. So.
I have no say so.
But I'll do you this one, Miss, just because there you go.
Did you get rid of it?
Yeah, I removed it.
Okay.
There can't be no proof that you truly love Brie Larson.
And then he timed you out.
No proof. I do not like Brie Larson.
Which one's Brie Larson again?
Captain Marvel. The ugly one.
Okay, right.
Oh wow.
I mean, I don't know her, so I wouldn't want to say I don't like her. And I haven't seen that movie, so I don't know if I like the character.
Such a mom thing to say. I love it.
Well,
I don't have kids though.
Sorry.
That's okay.
You said that like you see, not all women say that like it's a bad thing.
What's
like that? No, I don't have any kids. That could be their choice. It's not always a bad situation, but
And sometimes it's a bad situation to have had kids until they're old enough to leave your house.
I'm really not bothered one way or the other about it. Like, if I'd had kids, that would have been fine. But that I didn't have kids isn't like a source of, anguish.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Just personal choice, I guess.
Since you guys have no idea who I am, guess how old I am?
I know how old you are.
Yeah.
33.
33?
Okay. Whoa, hold on. All right. Next.
I don't remember exactly, but I know. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't remember exactly, but I know around what her age is.
I'm 21. Okay, I was gonna say you sounded quite young.
Yeah, but I didn't want to go too young.
I wonder about that because to myself, when I hear recordings of myself, I sound like a 14-year-old boy to me.
No.
Which
I hate the sound of my voice as well.
Yeah,
I never listen to myself.
When I started recording and like editing videos, the few short videos I put out, that's the biggest thing I had to overcome was in editing process listening to myself talk.
Yeah.
Because I think everybody's kind of like that because in your mind you sound one way, but to everybody else and what you actually sound like is different. So,
Yep.
I think I know a few people who like the sound of their own voice.
Well, yeah, Chris not. Sorry.
All right. Hang on. Time out. I sent Chris a link, but unfortunately he's at work. He said a boiler exploded or something like that.
Oh.
So the man's working his butt off right now. So
Chris Knight?
We're not allowed to slag him off just because he's working. Well, I guess it's his day off, right? So
it was supposed to be because he mentioned something about showing up tonight, and when I sent him the link, he says I'm at work. I'm like, oh damn.
Yeah,
all right,
like Chris.
Like a boiler explosion apparently is a big deal for some reason.
I mean, why would you even need a boiler at this time of year, right? Like, I mean, even here in Canada, it's pretty warm.
Knowing where he where he works, the boiler probably is what provides hot water to the whole facility.
I was kidding. I assumed it was something like that.
It wasn't an explosion. He said a boiler rupture.
That's still probably
an explosion, even if it's a small explosion.
A boiler rupture would at least be a catastrophic failure of the boiler and probably a really bad leak. An explosion could be that half the building isn't there anymore.
Like I said early on, I'll make somebody a great wife one day. I don't know nothing about this shit.
Well, I know I won't make anyone a great wife. Never have, and never plan to.
I'm not about to try it because
that's all that matters. Is you look very happy.
Well,
I figure I've made it 49 years without getting married. Why the hell would I start now?
Probably a very good and valid attitude for your sanity.
Yes, meet you in the future.
Yeah.
Oh God, that was kind of a.
As long as I'm happy.
Exactly.
I'm going to take that as a compliment. I'm happy and I have beautiful red hair. I'm going to go with that.
You have red hair as well?
No, but I could. JJ just said I could. So
it's true.
You can do whatever you want.
This is all dyed, so it's super easy to have red hair. In fact, I've been dyeing mine red since I was probably about 21.
Straightened red. I have really curly hair, so I look like a clown with red hair.
Oh, hush,
really
girl.
Just grow it longer.
I mean,
mine's pretty bushy.
As long as you don't do like Ronald McDonald red, you're not going to look like a clown.
Yeah, you just got to pick the right shade. That's all.
Yeah. I dyed
Everybody's got a shade.
Yeah, not Mecca red.
Yeah, I dyed my hair bright red,
but
when I was like 12.
I want to do teal, but it would be too awkward to try and bleach out a section, and then how would I dye the rest of it red when I had the teal bit in? So I just figured,
I dye my hair clear. Is what I dye my hair.
Yeah,
you have invisible hair.
Yeah, I dye it clear. I really have like a big afro. You just can't see it because it's clear.
That's fantastic.
And then I also dye my beard gray, so I look more like a wizard. I'm not really going gray.
Nice.
I do this on purpose. It's not because I'm old.
I just do mine because I like red hair.
Yeah, my wife did. Well, she recently changed, but my wife did red for a long time, and not getting off the rails again. But I like redheads, whether it's fake or real.
I don't trust
the green eyes and the pale skin to go with it. So
I don't trust redheads.
That's okay.
Oh, are you
You
kidding me?
shouldn't trust redheads.
I love redheads.
No, they got ruined for me at a young age. So
no, it's okay. Totally recommend not trusting redheads. I always say blondes may have more fun, but redheads can get away with anything. So we're always trying to screw you over.
Did you just say hairy nipples?
Well, that's what happened to me. When I was 16, I hooked up with this redhead at this party, and she had hairy nipples, and that shit ruined me for life. Like,
wow.
I do not trust.
In the middle of all this conversation, my brain was like, "Wait, did he just say hairy nipples?"
But
I do not have hairy nipples. Just to let you know.
Yeah,
blueberries.
Oh, wow.
See,
blueberries.
I blueberried my own conversation.
There you go.
Oh,
See,
wow.
it's the perfect safe word. Conversation's just off the rails, super easy.
You know what? One night I'm just gonna blurt out some freaking blueberries, and ain't nobody gonna know what the hell I'm talking about.
Unless anybody who's here is there.
Well, the only person that would be Mardigan.
Yes,
we hang out at a lot of the same places.
We do. Yeah. He just lost to me at the weekly Rumble. That's all I get. But yeah. And then, are you doing name that tune on
No,
the day that
I'm one of the mods.
He is on. He is on sometimes, but he's actually modding this time.
And
that's the next thing I'm gonna win.
And I actually, before you get to name that tune, I don't know how musically inclined you are. Really, I don't. So I'm not bragging or nothing, but I got game. All right. I came in and shocked a lot of people. I got game. So
Oh,
I would suck at name that tune because I never know the names of tunes.
yeah, I sucked at it. I got maybe 1 point once, and that was in the second game.
I don't want to hurt your feelings, miss, but you may or may not be the only person to ever goose egg on the show. But you came back the second time and you didn't goose egg, and you still came back.
That's because Chris there threw in some, which was, I was really ashamed of this. He threw in some songs only like a teenage girl would know. I was super sad that I knew
with that. He should do that more often to trip up those people who think they know everything about music.
Yeah. I'm not a music person. I was talking about this with Mary the other day, or I was like, I can't. People talking about like, oh, I love that album by that one guy. I can barely name the song or the artist by that guy. I like songs and I add them to my list. I don't really follow anybody.
I would be horrible at name that tune as well. That's why I host the show and don't participate in it.
Yeah.
I'm going to share. This is not a bad picture, JJ. I'm going to share a picture real quick because we were talking about redheads.
Are you kidding me? Really? How dare you share it? Really?
No, when I say
Not
a picture,
interested.
it's not like a picture of just a redhead. It's like a saying. I don't know if this is true or not, but it's like a saying about redheads.
Oh, come on, Grandfather Tom. Hurry that shit up.
That they all have hairy nipples. We know the saying.
That's actually a gorgeous woman.
You know, it's Jessica from True Blood, right?
Oh, she's so ugly. I sorry. I mean, I just can't stand looking at her.
I have a funny story about
and
that.
all you can do is think about her hairy nipples.
Every
Damn.
time I see her, I'm like, hairy nipples.
Apparently, Miss is also not allowed to talk about Mario Kart because I just had to approve that comment. I have a funny story about, because I loved that show True Blood. Like I said, I love redheads.
I know how to fix that shit.
I love to go to Key West, and we were at Sloppy Joe. My wife and I were at Sloppy Joe's one night listening to the band, and our waitress favored the actress that played Jessica in True Blood. I mean, like really, really, really favored her, and she also had natural red hair. So I may or may not have had several too many cocktails. So for the whole night, I called her Jessica, even though that wasn't her name.
Oops.
Oh, wow.
My wife is like, you called her Jessica the whole night. And they gave her $100 tip at the end of the night because you said she was beautiful. And I'm like, I do like Jessica from True Blood. So that doesn't surprise me, but I don't remember any of that.
Yeah, but see, when you say Jessica, to me, the first thing that pops into my mind when you're talking redheads is Jessica Rabbit.
That was the name of her character on True Blood was Jessica.
Mm.
It was. I like True Blood. It was good.
All of that show.
I liked it. I thought it was a good show.
Well, not towards the end. I'm just
partly, but a lot of the show like that towards the end they kind of go stupid, and that was another one that it had run its course long before the end, and they still kept it going.
I don't think I ever saw the last season or maybe 2 seasons. I did enjoy it the first. I think I saw, how many seasons were there?
I don't even remember now. There was quite a few.
I saw like 7. But
I saw like maybe 4 seasons.
Pardon me real quick. Anthony, what's up, brother? If you're free, man, you got a link in your chat, Matt, and in your DMs, brother, if you want to pop in.
I was right. It's 7.
Yeah, I know I didn't see all the seasons, but I did enjoy the ones I saw.
Good to see you, brother. Thank you for coming in.
I watched all the seasons, and like a lot of shows, the ending was kind of disappointing. And as Mardigan said, as it went further, it kind of degraded into not
I think
a great show.
The best thing was Sam turning himself into a fly and blowing that chick up.
That was actually cool.
Did not see that part.
Oh.
I meant that hurt, though.
Anthony's driving right now.
What hurt Sam or the person that blew up? Because I guarantee the person that blew up was feeling
it. Having to like break through their bones and
shit.
Yeah,
it's not very. Yeah.
No worries, Anthony. Just be safe, man. Elihu, what's up, man? Thanks for showing up. I think. I didn't sound too sure about that.
Wait, who?
Elihu?
Elihu?
Yeah, it's Elihu.
Oh, is that how you do it? I always did Elihu. Who?
No, that's how better. That's how he presented it to us. It's pronounced Elihu.
Oh, so it's not Elihu. Who?
No. Oh. Well, Eli.
I could see how you could think that though.
Yoo-hoo.
Yeah, because of the who.
Yeah, the HU and then the WHO. It is kind of like it is kind of like hoo.
I need to have him on. Tafa.
That is an awesome name. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Barber said it for the first time. We were doing a stream the other day. I was like, "Fuck, it's fucking dumb."
I really think Dandelion wants to play the guitar.
No, I'm practicing very quietly in the background. I don't really want to play for anyone.
Well, for anybody that doesn't know what we're talking about, I have this live stream called Tafa. It's TUFOAAA, and it stands for True UFO Anomalies and some. We haven't figured out what the acronym is going to stand for or how to pronounce it, so we're still working in progress.
Down the other day.
Yeah, Tafa.
Sounds like
Anthony said play.
What about Tufa? Tufa would be good because you're like too far with your like weird conspiracy stuff.
Yeah,
maybe.
I don't know. I kind of like having to go Tafa.
It's hilarious, you know. Right. I tried that the other night on the Weekly Rumble. I'm like, hey man, have you ever thought about like just like Tufo or something like that? You know, something simple. No, he goes, I kind of like Tufa. I was like, okay.
It is catchy.
It's fine.
It is catchy.
You're getting you tell them about the stream, so that's what.
Ma'am, what? Huh?
I say you're getting abducted while you're saying the name of the stream, so that's why.
Oh, actually, after our first episode, there was a UFO sighting, like really close to where I live. We did a special report on it. Yeah. Cool. The thing about Tafa, we'll have a plan for what we're going to talk about, and if we talk about it at all, it is 5 minutes at most, and then we are off the rails to talk about anything else. Usually, dolphins come up.
That sounds really fun, actually.
Oh, it's great. Yeah.
Usually, dolphins come up.
Yeah, they come up a lot. Yeah.
Why?
I mean, they have his percentile. What is it? Their penis. They can grab you with it. Like they are the most rapiest creature like on the planet.
That's pretty legit.
It is. Yeah, they are.
I have heard that. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've already discussed this before on a different channel, so this is like nothing new to us.
I had heard that before.
Well, really?
Yeah.
I have heard dolphins are pretty rapey. Yeah.
I've heard they're 100%. Rapey. I just hadn't heard the thing before.
Percentile penis, is this what it's called?
Prehensile. It would be a prehensile penis.
Prehensile. Yeah, we're saying the same thing.
Miss, where you been? Because that was a thing for about a month over on Mary's channel.
Was it?
Yeah. Why do you, other than her laugh, why else do you think she made her picture into a dolphin?
I thought it was just the laugh thing that she sounds like a dolphin when she laughs.
No. There for a while on Shenanigans, it was coming up, you know, dolphins are really rapey and stuff. I think it was the last one I was physically on. Oh my Lord, they're talking about raping dolphins and stuff.
There was a time where I had animals. Both my animals died around the same time, so I was kind of away for a while. So it might have been during that time.
Yeah. So you have been kind of in and out. So I just assumed you were there because most of the time you are in one way or another.
I haven't been around Shenanigans unless I'm on or I'm modding. Like he just said, like it's hard to be watching other people's streams now if you're not on it.
Yeah.
Right. Especially
improv, because like I told you, JJ, I've done it for years, and when I see improv, I'm like, oh, that's a bold choice they just went with. You know what I mean? It's hard not to.
Mary's been doing it for quite a while, and sometimes the scenarios are good, sometimes they're not that great. You know, it's all dependent on the people behind them, but most of the time they're pretty damn good. And if we can get the right talent in there, I don't see no reason why. Even sometimes Miss agrees with some of us. So Mary's always looking for new faces.
I'm game whenever you get me in.
And you're already down to talk about dolphin rape, so you're already like 90% there.
Yeah.
Well, like our whole next episode is going to be on John C. Lilly. If you don't know who he is, he actually did a lot of good for dolphins, even though he also gave them acid.
Oh wow.
I think I've heard of.
Well, that's good for everybody, right? So why would that be good for dolphins?
Well, it's because of him. The reason why we think of them as being intelligent and all these other things, like he did a lot of groundbreaking work, but he also did a lot of ketamine, and he thought that he was like contacted by Echo, which is a alien thing group or whatever, and they took his penis and gave him a robot penis only temporarily. They gave him back his penis, and his whole thing was that we have to teach dolphins how to speak English so that we can communicate with aliens. I don't remember how that line gets there, but that was the line. So he had this woman live with a dolphin in like a tank thing for a while to try to teach the dolphin English. It did not go well. But so
what a big surprise!
I'm assuming.
I'm shocked to hear that.
We've already talked about how rapey they are, so I'm pretty sure it didn't.
Well, Peter the dolphin didn't ever rape her, but he did flirt with her a lot, and she ended up like the only way he would concentrate during their classes was if she
Yeah.
I want to backtrack a little bit because now I'm curious. I wonder how they stored his penis while he had the robot penis. Was it like in a jar somewhere?
I don't. He didn't get into that. He just talked about how it was taken bloodlessly, and he was given a robot penis, and then eventually he got his penis back.
Which makes me think of like Inspector Gadget, like it could do cool stuff.
Yeah, I don't know what the capabilities.
That's quite not what they mean by a sonic screwdriver there, hon.
But
I just imagine like if it rained, an umbrella could pop out of it, and
again, he worked for the government, by the way, during this time, and he had the hydrotonic chamber. What is that chamber called?
Hyperbolic
chamber.
Yeah, water or whatever, and it's like dark, and it's supposed to put you in a different.
Oh yeah,
like sensory deprivation.
Yeah.
That's his thing too. And they would do a shit ton of ketamine and go into there.
Which they already say those chambers can make you have visions if you stay in them long enough. So it's really great, I'm sure, and a good idea to take a lot of ketamine before you get into one.
Yeah, so interesting guy, man. He's still around.
I gotta say, whenever I take mushrooms, I do need to be in a dark place.
Yeah, so you may need one of those personal sensory deprivation chambers.
Maybe.
I tripped twice, and neither one was a pleasant experience. So fuck that shit.
Yeah, I'm always worried.
I'll stick to my weed. Yes, Miss, a pothead. If you didn't already know that,
I'm pretty sure Miss has already figured that out.
Yeah,
I don't know what she knows or pays attention to. So
Eli, what are you talking? Female hyenas have a false penis. What do you mean a false penis?
Really?
You'd have to Google that.
It's a pretend one, I guess.
Like
it
appears
it actually do what a penis does.
Yeah. Like it appears they have one, but it doesn't actually function like a true penis would. Is what I'm guessing.
It doesn't eject sperm to impregnate other females.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
the kangaroo. The male kangaroo has a 2-pronged penis. It's a fun fact about
it. Could be kind of like those people that put those truck nuts on their cars or trucks. It's just like
so horrible.
Yeah, there's a whole movement. Obviously, there's movements for everything now. There's a whole movement to get those banned because they're so horrible and toxic. They
actually did ban them in Alberta. Which is weird because Alberta doesn't ban anything. But those are just always... the funniest set I ever saw was a pair of blue ones.
Yeah,
hanging off
those
the
are pretty
back of
common.
someone's truck. Yeah.
It's just I put that as far as comedy goes
ugly.
on this. I put on the same level of that's what she said jokes. Like it's just the easiest joke that you can make is having balls on your truck. Cool, man.
To me, it's like you went through a midlife crisis and you couldn't afford a sports car, so you hung fake balls off the back of your truck.
I don't know. I see a lot of people driving pickup trucks like they meant to buy a sports car.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Albertans being bad drivers?
Oh, they're horrible.
I agree.
Yes. Absolutely terrible. Worst drivers I've ever. And I've driven in Toronto and Alberta. Honest to God, it's a miracle if you make it out of there alive. They do totally unpredictable stuff. You can never be sure what they're going to do. There's like one guy's driving like way too slow. The next guy's driving way too fast. Just bad driving decisions all around.
I totally forgot Miss was originally from Canada.
Yeah, I lived in Canada for a while.
Are you familiar with Alberta drivers?
I lived in British Columbia.
I live in British Columbia now.
I was how far away? I was a bit far away from Lethbridge.
Okay.
Where I went there for a wedding once. It was awesome.
I watched Letterkenny, so I have a pretty good idea.
So Elihu, I don't know if you want to highlight that or not, JJ. Elihu apparently explained the false penis thing. So apparently it's there for greeting purposes. For greeting purposes only.
You know what I gotta say? I'm really glad humans like shake hands or wave. I don't want to have to sniff people. And I certainly don't want to have to sniff their nether regions as a greeting.
That would be real awkward real quick.
Yeah. Well, I guess it wouldn't if we were used to it. But I always think of the dogs doing the little dance where they're like trying to sniff the other dog's butt without getting their own butt sniffed. You know, and they kind of all twisted up trying to avoid. I'm just thinking how awkward that would be if you're trying to sniff someone you just met and they're trying to like sniff you without being sniffed. And, yeah, that'd be.
I have some cats that don't understand personal boundaries. so like when you get home and you're loving on them, it's like they turn around and like try to stick their butt in your face. Like that's what we do. You got home from work. You're supposed to sniff my ass to say hello and make sure I'm who I really am. I'm like, no, you need to turn back around the other way.
I can't get behind cats, man. Cats are not my thing.
Well, I'm more of a dog person, but I have a cat right now, and when I didn't have him, I missed him because he's so squishy. It's fun to pick up and like hug.
He's so squishy. Oh.
He's just cats are so bendy and squishy. I love them.
Yeah,
I like ferrets better.
But I hate taking care of them. I don't like taking
They're the easiest thing to take care of. You put a bowl of food out and a litter box and that's
but who wants to scoop the litter box? And there's litter box stuff everywhere.
Yeah.
And then they're in the litter box and then they're like trying to get on your counters. Like
well, if you think about it too much, they may be a bad idea.
Yeah, no, they're a bad idea.
You don't even get that much love from them. They just ignore you.
Oh, mine are opposite. Mine are like little kids. I had 2 ferrets a long time ago.
I like my ferrets. They were cool.
Now I have cats and
counter.
Now I have
a great ferret story.
Oh no!
Does
it involve an emergency room and a paper towel tube?
What? It does involve an emergency room. That's a crazy fucking guess.
All the best ferret stories include an emergency room.
All right.
What has happened?
So when I went to aeronautics school in Oklahoma, and where we lived, we had 3 apartments, and there was like 2 feet, 2 here up, 2 down, and we had 3 of them. And then an old lady was above us. She did not care for our antics because when we would have parties, we would all use all 3 apartments. Anyway, my roommate Justin and one of the guys from upstairs, Mike, they bought ferrets together. I don't know why, but they did. And they lived up in that apartment. And one of them, was just so fat and lazy. All it would do, get out of bed and crawl to the bowl and just lay there and eat. Right. Eventually, it died of ferret beaties. We assumed it was ferret beaties. We weren't vets, and we didn't take it to one to get it examined. But we didn't really know what to do with it, because none of us are from Tulsa. So we figured the best thing to do is to keep it in the freezer until we find out how to dispose of pets, by city ordinance. So we, put in a plastic bag and put in the freezer and forgot about it.
Just like dig a hole somewhere.
We were at an apartment.
Yeah, but you can go to a park. People do that all the time.
Again, well, okay.
Okay, go on. Tell your story.
We drank a lot and we smoked a lot, so we probably weren't we forgot about the thing in the freezer altogether. It was in our freezer. Anyway, my roommate ends up having appendicitis, right? So I had to take him to the hospital because he's whining, and his mom comes down. And as I'm taking him to the hospital, he's like, "Man, don't forget to change out the candy jar." I'm like, "I got you, bro." Because our candy jar was just like an assortment of condoms, different kinds, right? He didn't want his mom to see it. Anyway, so his mom's there cleaning our apartment because that's what moms do. And I'm playing Xbox and I'm high because that's what I did. And
yeah, buddy.
She's in the kitchen or whatever, and I hear and then a thump, right? Hey, you okay? But it was a very important level. I want to stress that. I was at a very important part of the game. So
I wanted to get to the jury is murder trial, or negligent homicide.
I wanted to get to a safe place, so I could save. And then I was going to go. I don't know how much time passed, but eventually I remembered. And so I go in there. And I go in there and she is passed out on the floor with a little bit of blood, right? And I look and the freezer door is still open and that damn ferret is hanging out frozen with the bag wrapped around his face like this. So apparently when she opened the freezer and was moving shit around, it popped out like this, scared her. She passed out, hit her head on the counter. It's now on the floor. So I held her up. And I had to take her to the hospital too, because she had to have, stitches or whatever on the back of her head. And so since I was there, I went to go check on Justin, because he's still at the hospital because of the appendicitis thing. And so I'm like, "Hey man, what's up?" And he's like, "What are you doing here?" I'm like, "Oh shit, dude, do you remember that fucking ferret in our freezer, man?" He's like, "Yeah." By the way, he's sober, I'm not. So this was a weird dynamic for us. And so I told him what happened. He's like, "What the fuck is that?" I was like, "Oh, hey, man, she wants to talk to you about the candy jar when you get home, but you look good. I'll see you later, man." I guess bounce. But yeah.
I thought the ferret was going to end up in a crock pot at some point. That's what I thought.
No, never. Come on, that's gross.
Hey,
we just forgot about it in the freezer.
And there's no meat on a ferret.
I still don't know what we did with that thing.
Real quick,
I think his mom took care of it.
Hey, Julie. How you doing, sweetie? Thank you for popping in and checking it out.
No, that was a weird time to come in.
Yeah,
talking about frozen ferrets and candy jars full of condoms. Welcome to the show, everybody.
Anyway, I'm gonna head out because I gotta get up early. And so
I heard that Canadianness coming out of you there.
Sorry, it happens.
I watched Letterkenny. I get it.
Canadian. I just live here, but
Yeah, same.
But thank you for dropping by.
Yes, it was very lovely to talk to you. I don't know that I've ever talked to you on a live stream like this. I've talked to you in chat a lot. I don't think I've ever been on a panel with you.
Maybe.
That I can remember, but I have a bad memory.
Yeah, I can't remember. Did you know what? I think one of your gaming streams, I was in the game room, but I wasn't on I was in the I was in your panel of people kind of thing.
I know you've played Jackbox with us before.
Yeah, it's always fun. I usually don't entirely suck at that, as opposed to Name That Tune, which I would definitely suck at.
Yeah, that's like I said. That's why I host the show and don't participate in it.
I've been training.
Clever. All right. Anyway, it was a delight to see everyone.
Yeah,
have
fun.
fun.
Nice to see you in person. Have a good night.
Talk to you in the future. Have a good night.
Okay, bye.
I myself, I'm gonna have to actually go. It's 11 p.m. and I have.
No, you're not. You're not allowed.
Wait a minute. It's 11 p.m. and you got a what?
It's 11 p.m. I'm gonna go to bed, and I have job hunting to do tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll tell Anthony you said hi.
Yep. You
don't-
just
Nice
make
meeting
sure
you.
to swear at him a little bit.
You don't work at your former employment anymore?
No, I got laid off.
Oh, okay. See, I hadn't talked to you in a long time. I know you worked at the pet place, but
Yeah, I got laid off because I wasn't useful.
because of COVID.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Well,
Well,
good
it
luck.
was nice
Good luck.
meeting you.
Yeah, good
nice
luck.
meeting you
Thank you for
It's
stopping
good to
by.
talk to you again.
too. Bye.
Bye.
Have a good night.
Thank
Yeah,
God we
go
got
on.
rid of the rimming.
And
It's-
then number
it-
three.
And stuff.
It's now a sausage party again. Damn it.
Yeah, thank God.
Everybody,
That couldn't
welcome to
have happened quick enough.
JJ's. Everybody, welcome to JJ's sausage party.
It's not what you think. We only talk sausage.
Yeah, kielbasa, bratwurst, Polish.
Yeah, I
I couldn't think of one name of a sausage.
Don't worry, I got your back, man.
Song
I'm the
titles.
same. See, I'm the same way. I can remember like, oh, I know that song, but I can't think of the name of it. And so I would be horrible on my own show.
By the way, I was meaning to ask you this. Are we supposed to guess the name of the song or the end artist or just the song?
Just the song.
yeah. It's not.
The
It's not like,
artist. The artist means nothing.
yeah.
So
Got it.
Yeah, it is.
if you buzz in and say that's the Allman Brothers, it's like you buzz in for
Yeah.
nothing because it has to be the name
It's
of the song.
name that tune, not name that artist.
Well,
Think about
that's how I've been training, So hopefully.
But there are some not to divulge too much, but there are going to be some new categories on the wheel. And JJ has a better memory than me, even though he's a pothead.
Yeah, yeah,
It's,
no, that's cool.
movie themes, TV themes, and was it commercials?
See, something like that. And with those, it's like you got to name the TV show or movie they come
Okay,
off of,
that's what I was going to
or,
ask.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
the product of the commercial.
So yeah, it may be a song that you know. We'll just say like "Welcome to the Jungle." If we'll just say a movie theme, it's "Welcome to the Jungle." Welcome to the Jungle. The answer you have to buzz in and say that's from whatever movie.
Not saying
the
it is,
program.
but not saying
I
it
don't.
is.
I'm
but
just
that's
making
that's
that
just
up
the
off the
gist
top of
of
my
it.
head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the program starts with "Welcome to the Jungle." That's
Hey,
why I brought
case
that
in
up.
point. Case in point. T2, man, you could be mine. Guns N' Roses.
I could be your what?
No, that's the name of the song. You could be
I could be
mine.
your
by
everything?
Guns N'
That's the same thing I was gonna say. You could be as everything.
I'm not talking to you no more.
You just spent a lot of time talking about how you would make such a good housewife, JJ.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not
So
talking.
I mean, you're just kind of putting that out there. That I'm pretty sure that kind of marriage is legal in Florida. So,
It's legal everywhere.
well, that's true. Yeah, it's
What is?
federal now. It's federal now, isn't
Yeah.
it?
What?
Gay marriage.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a federal thing now.
Mm-hmm.
That just makes me think of that movie. I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry. You remember that?
Oh,
You remember that movie? What was it? Adam Sandler and Kevin Smith or something like that?
no. Is that
Not
his name?
Kevin
Kevin
Smith.
Smith?
Oh damn, what's his name?
From
Kevin Smith is the one, Clerks.
Oh yeah, see,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
it's
no,
not
no.
him. It's something. His name's something. I can't remember what his
Here
name
Comes
is.
the Boom, Hitch, King of Queens,
Yeah,
Kevin.
Kevin something or another. I'm
Damn
gonna
it.
have to Google it. I'm gonna have to Google it now.
The King of Queens. I was about to do the same thing, man, because I kept wanting to say Anderson, but I don't believe that's
No.
right.
Kevin James.
Kevin James. Oh, I
Yeah.
got it.
It's Adam Sandler and Kevin James are the ones that they're
Chuck
firemen
and
or
Larry.
what they're firemen or whatever, and one of them's going to lose his benefits, so they decide to get married or something like that, so they
Yeah.
can the other can keep his benefits, and they have to prove that they're homosexual to people so they can get married, and
Wow.
of course comedy ensues because it's a comedy movie.
Damn. Oh, almost at that 2 hour mark. Uh, well, yeah, they were firemen. Julie goes, yeah, they were firemen. Um, I know not all the right people I wanted are. We're gonna show up in the chat tonight. Some of them may show up in a little bit. Some of them may show up later if I go later. But I named this episode "The Talk" and for a reason. Anybody that's in the chat right now that knows about the dumb shit ensuing the past couple weeks, Mardigan, you're a little bit apprised of the situation, and Han, I think you're a little apprised of the situation, and this is a talk that
you
you,
I'm 100% apprised of the situation.
Yeah,
well,
me
I wasn't
too.
no, I wasn't going to go that route, but I'm just saying, you guys know what I'm talking about to be talking about. Uh, there's some dumb shit that's been going on, kind of like a small ass channel war going on. Uh, everybody pretty much that knows any of us know the parties involved, so they need not to be renamed. But I'm here just pretty much to um, just let it be known right here, right now. As of last night, the problem has been squashed for the most part. There's peace amongst us again. Uh, all the people, all the parties involved so far. Uh, you know, none of this trash from people. We ain't gonna do it. We don't put up with it. Me and Hans been around long enough to see this type of shit happen, and it don't normally end well for others. Um, we've seen some whacked out shit happen. Not personally involved, but and usually the channel that instigates it usually are the ones that end up losing the most. So it's done. It's over with. Forget about it. Let's move on. Tomorrow's a new day. Uh, it's finished. Nobody has to talk about it no more. Nobody has to deal with it anymore. We ain't got to pick and choose where we're going to go hang out or try hang out. But, it's over with, guys. Let's just move on with it. And that's basically all I wanted to say. But you just can't say that and just be done with it. I normally do a live stream. I figured I'd incorporate it in there somewhere. It's dumb. There ain't no point in it, man. YouTube is a large community. There ain't no way, reason, or rhyme why we can't go. Even if we couldn't get along, we could just go to our separate corners and don't worry about us no more. So it's stupid, man. We can all get along. We all can coexist like responsible adults. Most of us, anyway. I'm pointing my own ass out there if anybody has the question. So it's over with. We can continue talking about dumb shit again. I just wanted to get that off my chest before it got too much later. I know you guys could most likely understand that. It's just enough's enough. It had to stop. So we all cool again. We all friends again. So anyway. And also, anybody left in the chat, I see probably not. Don't forget to thumb the stream.
Oh man, I forgot to finger it in. Hold on.
Yeah, go ahead.
I may have as well, honestly.
Yeah, which is sad because I thumb my own stream, so it's like
I do too.
One of those likes don't count.
Dude, I have 40 subscribers. I thumb up everything I do. You kidding?
I just pulled up my YouTube and there's some asshole named JJ live streaming.
Really? Oh shit!
Yeah, I don't know who the fuck
that
is that.
Didn't pop up for me. I had to go to my history.
Julie, don't make me give you a wrench, boy. I'll have you throwing that shit around all the time. Let the shenanigans begin. Finger the like button. Yeah, boy. Oh, nah, she don't hang out on too many live streams.
Real quick.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Sorry, real quick. remember the whole get fisted thing? When I was on the
Yeah.
phone with the guy, I asked him, I was like, all right, what if I change my name to get penetrated? Would that be cool? And he's like, I don't know, man. He's like, I don't know, man. That one's kind of iffy. I'm like, but with bullets, man, like when you shoot someone, get penetrated by bullets. He's like, that one's kind of iffy. I was like, all right, how about this one? Like, what about get fingered? Like, when someone points their finger at you and they're like, hey, you don't do that thing. And he hung up on me. But
Yeah. No, there was a movie. Freddy Got Fingered.
yeah, that's what I was going for.
Yeah.
What did I was get tickled for a while, but that just ended up with me going into the game lobbies talking about tickling people's assholes.
Well, my first name on Xbox was Sith Lord 3827.
Uh-huh.
And Mary has gotten into the habit every once in a while. She will say it, not necessarily pertaining to me, but she'll always say shit Lord.
Yeah.
And I went for years like that on Xbox. Oh, shit Lord. I'm like, man, fuck y'all. All right, fuck y'all.
It makes sense, yeah.
So I had to change it because I went and ran my mouth and someone recorded it, and I ended up on YouTube. So now I'm JJ Smalls.
No, mine's Mad Mortigan.
I don't play video games.
Yeah, you're not a gamer. I know that. Only
really? Games. Yeah, I'm not.
Man, that's weird.
My gaming ended at like Nintendo GameCube.
Actually, it would be like this.
Yep. See. Yep. Julie pointed it out. Yep. You're killing me, Smalls.
That's how the gamer tag would look.
Yeah. Well, actually, there's a 72 at the end of it, but
no, mine.
Get tickled.
Yes.
Yeah, of course. That actually looks familiar.
Of course it does. If you were ever over there on 360 playing Ghost Recon,
dude, I was there from the birth of the 360 all the way up until now. I've still got my original Xbox, but I'm missing the cords for it. I was a PlayStation guy for many years, and then when I got my hands on the very first Xbox, the big black brick, as it's known as, I fell in love with it. When Halo 2 came out and Xbox Live became a thing, and I've been a member ever since.
Didn't we talk about this already? The Steel Battalion controller with the 200 buttons?
Yes, you showed that shit. Oh man, that was gorgeous.
So awesome.
Yeah, that thing is so beautiful. Hang on, I'm gonna find that shit.
Yeah, it's not hard, man. It's Steel Battalion controller, dude. That thing is like legit. Han, by the way, man, is he alive? Oh, he's moving.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah. By the way, if someone asked like, oh, what do you think a gamer looks like? I know exactly what a gamer looks like. It would be you.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I'm not in a basement right now, though.
Oh, damn. He's already cleared the panel. Oh, no, there it is. I was about to say, damn, he already cleared the fucking panel. Here we go. Hang on. No, I was looking to go find that picture, and I was trying to find it, the DM group. I was like, damn, he's already cleared the fucking panel out for next week's show. But no, he is there.
No, I just started the panel for next week's show.
Check that out.
I'm talking about the weekly Rumble, man.
Oh, you said the weekly Rumble. Damn thing's cool.
Yeah.
Right.
I remember that shit, and it was only made for that one game.
Yep. And I think it was like $200 too, man. If I'm not mistaken, I know it was expensive.
Well, they did something similar to that when they brought out. It was on the 360 also. I think it was Ace Combat 6. They made a throttle and flight stick for it.
That'd be cool.
Which I already have one of those for my PC, but it looked almost identical to the one I already own. I'm like, oh, fuck yeah, I can sit back and play my Xbox with a fucking throttle and flight stick. Let's do this. But that bitch was, I think, $100 with the game. It came with the game. I think it was like $150.
Did you ever have a Nintendo Power Glove?
No,
I didn't either.
no. I had an NES. I had a Super NES. I had a GameCube, but then I stopped with Nintendo after that. Never owned a Sega system. Played plenty of them.
I never owned a Sega system.
Yeah, me either. Yeah,
I had a Atari. I had a 2600, 7800 original Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, and the Nintendo GameCube, and that's kind of where I stopped.
Yeah, I had a couple friends with 64s, but I never owned one of those either.
Oh man, the wrestling games on the 64 still the best games as far as wrestling.
Come on, GoldenEye.
Yeah, of course, but that's like that one doesn't hold up today. Like if you go back and try to play it now,
no, but GoldenEye was one of the grandfathers of Halo.
Mm-hmm.
That Doom, Frankenstein, those types of first-person shooters back in the day were all
predecessors.
Not predecessors, but yeah, those too. But damn,
influences.
My brain. Yeah, influences behind Halo. But then after Halo, I got into Call of Duty, and that's where I pretty much hung my hat at when I play an FPS.
I hate first-person shooters. I hate them so much. It's not natural that the camera's in your mouth and you can't see your feet. I hate it. I hate it. I don't play them. Like Cyberpunk.
Now, what if you were like, okay, you know how the FPS is, but what if you looked down and you saw your feet?
The camera's still in the mouth, though. Like, none of it feels right. Ugh. I guess I don't care for it. I don't.
True. Okay. Cool. That's fine.
Yeah, that's why like Cyberpunk 2077. Like, it's the first time I've been tempted to play a first-person shooter, just because how much I loved The Witcher 3, Wild Hunt.
Yeah,
Wolfenstein was cool.
Yeah.
Doom, Wolfenstein.
Yep.
Kronker's Bad Hair Day.
Oh wow.
Another 64 game.
I was a big Rogue Squadron guy on the 64.
Oh yeah.
And then the sequels that came out on GameCube.
Knights of the Old Republic. That was a great one.
Oh yeah. I own both of them on both PC and Xbox. That and the sequel. I mean, man, I've got a stack this fucking tall of original Xbox Star Wars games. And it happens to be the same motherfuckers they released in back compat.
Oh, compatible?
Like, yeah. Like, really? I already own these fuckers.
Future Soldier is backwards compatible now with the Xbox One. But
nice.
Yeah, but there's a glitch in it to where, like, if you speed burst a corner, it will transport you, like, on the other side of the map. So it's pretty cheesy stuff going on over there. So I haven't been back.
Yeah, I've personally, like I said, I've said Call of Duty for years now, but I love flying. I love getting into aircraft and flying around. I love the Ace Combat series. I'm playing Battlefront 2 right now because I can fly. Even whether it's a great game or not, it don't matter. I just love to get into ships, planes. I can't fly a helicopter though. Shit, I cannot do that shit.
I think I'm going to go back to playing Red Dead online because they're about to have a big update. So
I've never played Red Dead, believe it or not. Neither one of them.
Oh man, bro, they are excellent for sure, man. Like the second one, oh, so good.
Yeah, I know, Julie. All you know is Skyrim, and even I haven't played that.
Nah, I haven't either. Don't care for it. Gross. Too many wizards.
No, don't get me wrong. I've played a couple of good RPG style games, and I like the dragons, the wizards, and shit like that. But it's so hard. It's so hard to get into because I'm a sci-fi person. give me a blaster and let me just blow your heads off. Instead of running at you with a sword. Oh shit, I might get stabbed too. The hell with it.
Dragon Age Inquisition. That was a great one too. The dragon stuff.
And I played one of them.
I play all kinds of stuff, man. I play NBA 2K, Madden, but I play Red Dead, Witcher 3, Ghost Recon, The Division. I'm all over the place.
Yeah, I played Witcher 2 or 3. I played one of them.
3
it was on the 360.
Then it was 2 because 3 is on Xbox One. Oh man, it is one of the funnest games I've ever played. It was fantastic.
Oh man!
You gonna be doing this for much longer?
Actually, no. Actually, I'm coming up on the 2-hour mark. I'd like to go at least 2 hours. And things are pretty much slowing down for the night. And plus, Admiral Franklin Oliver Dooms, I believe, doing short attention span theater tonight.
What is
that? He does. It's his version of his motherfucker. It's his version of Insomniac Soup because Bill doesn't do it. Jedi Bill doesn't do them Saturday and Sunday. He does a live stream every Sunday night to try to take up for that.
Oh, I'll go hop over there. Let's already eat.
Thank you for coming by, Julie. Have a good night. But yeah, because I was planning on popping in over there before I went to bed. I gotta be up early tomorrow. I get to go have a date with my ex-wife.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to thank everybody for coming out. I want to thank everybody in the chat that showed up. It's greatly appreciated. Han, if you don't mind, go ahead and pimp yourself out real quick.
Everybody on Honstar, youtube.com/Honstar, do my bi-weekly Wednesday streams. This coming Wednesday at 11 p.m. Eastern will be Name That Tune. JJ will be there modding. May Mardigan's going to be on the show for the first time. On the Wednesdays, I'm not doing Name That Tune. I do Jackbox Game Night, also at 11 p.m. Eastern. You can also find me on Twitter and Instagram at HonstarYT.
Awesome. Mardigan, anything you want to?
No, they have to earn it.
Whatever the
hell. No, they can earn it. I don't just give my stuff away for free. The people that subscribe to mine, they earn it. They find me. I'm just kidding. As JMC Productions on YouTube. I would love for you to come and subscribe. Check out Tifa. It's a great show. You'll love it. You can check me out on Twitter. It's on the screen right here, JC8420. There's an accident on 420. I didn't notice that, but yeah, please.
Awesome. I appreciate you guys, you showing up, and everybody, it's me, your boy JJ. I'm a little bit everywhere. On Honstar's channel, Jedi Bills, DJ Odyssey, Admiral Franklin Oliver Doom, Mary Mayhem. I'm a little stream whore. I'm Chris in training. But mainly you can also find me also here at Sith Lord 3827 on Twitter. Oh, there's DJ. He's late. Yeah. Everybody kind of dipped out early. So I was going to go ahead and wrap it up. But you can find me over on Han's channel Wednesday night for Name That Tune. I'll be a wrench in the chat. I'll be background playing, but I can't put in my answers because of the lag. So that sucks. I can't play no more. And there'll be another one, 10:30 Eastern, next Sunday night. Randomness at its finest. I ask everybody to come hang out, and on your way out, do me a favor, thumb the stream for me. All right, and everybody have a good night. Take a night, guys.
Good night, everybody.
Thanks, JJ. Thanks for having me, man.